So that was fogging. Our next technique is what we call negative assertion. So what is negative assertion? Alright, so a lot of times conflict happens because you've done something wrong and the other person actually comes and starts, beating you about it. So they start telling you, well, you did this, and you either start defending it or you get cowed down. So defending it becomes almost like being aggressive. Being cowed down is like being submissive. Typically, when you start defending your mistakes, people get doubly aggressive with you. And that's where you get aggressive and things get mashed up. Even when you get cowed down and you start saying things like, oh, I'm so sorry, and all that, people actually don't believe that you're really sorry, because that's all they're hearing, that you're sorry. They aren't really hearing any remedial things that you would want to do about it. And that's where they get aggressive again. So that's aggression and submissiveness. Both those responses from your side when you made a mistake would get an aggressive response from the other side. In negative assertion, however, what you're doing is you are asserting your mistake yourself. So if you made a mistake and the other person comes and talks to you about it, you won't say sorry, you won't defend yourself either. What you really do is you'll say, well, yes, I made that mistake. And it was, so you would hear something like, yes, I made the mistake, and it was actually silly of me to do that. Or, hell, it was actually stupid of me to do that. And I realized what I did was not right. And I'm going to change that now. So, rather than waiting for the other person to tell you that you were wrong, you're asserting it yourself. The moment you do that, you take the sting out of the other person, and that person has nothing left to say. I mean, imagine if I did something wrong and you came to actually talk to me about it. In your mind, you're expecting that I would either defend myself or I'm just going to apologize without really doing something. But what you actually find is Jagmohan is neither defending himself, nor is he just giving me a basic apology. He's actually feeling bad enough about it to want to do something to change it. What do you do now? I've seen a lot of situations which were potentially devastating, getting diffused when one of the people has used negative assertion, because the other person is left with no steam to attack that person with any longer. In fact, there is no reason to attack the person any longer, because the person has already admitted what they have done and they are willing to change it. So negative assertion becomes the second technique. Now, some of you might actually be feeling that negative assertion and fogging are the same. They're actually not. Remember, in fogging, you are only admitting to the possibility of something happening. So when you say, Jagmohan, your specs look funny, I was admitting to the possibility of that being true, which means, yes, some people do feel that way, or yes, perhaps that is true. Perhaps they are funny. But in negative assertion, it's not the possibility that it's true. You're actually saying it's true because you have made a mistake. So that's the difference between these two techniques, the situations in which you would use them.